So we have two of the UFC's finest at your disposal here for the next 25 minutes or so. We have microphones set up. Just one microphone, yeah? Oh, we got them all over the place. So grab a hot microphone. Don't be shy. We've got some on that second level. That microphone's open. And I believe, do we have our first victim? Who has a question for Jan Blachowicz or Robert Whittaker? All right, well, as we're waiting for a brave soul, do we have one? Yes, we do. Gentlemen, go ahead.
Hey, hi, Robert. Hi, Jan. First of all, welcome to Singapore. Thank you so much for bringing the fights to Asia. Really appreciate it. Robert, first of all, fucking close fight with Israel Adesanya. I know it's going to be you again that's going to be challenging for the belt, right? So I want to know how you're going to change your game and how are you going to mix it up? Because Israel is so fucking tricky, right?
Mate, he is a wily fella, let me tell you. He is tricky to get your hands on. But let me explain, though, like my mentality going into that second fight. You got to understand, that first fight with Adesanya, I lost the worst way possible. So I went into that second fight with a little bit of trepidation, you know, a little bit of hesitance to just go at him, to be as aggressive as I would have liked. And taking from that fight, I understood that I could have done that. It was so much easier in my head. The mountain was so much taller than it actually was.
You should have won, champ.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks. And Jan, one question for you as well. You know, you've been an inspiration to many people around the world, right? I think especially with your Polish power, right? And you beating Israel, I think many people didn't expect it, right? So how are you going to get your way back to the title shot?
First of all, thank you, Singapore, for the invitation. And how I gonna get the belt back? Because legendary Polish power is back, you know? That's why.
Hey!
Thank you, brother. Appreciate the questions.
Cheers, guys.
All right, we'll go down to the floor here. Sir, what do you have?
First of all, Robert Whittaker, can you give a shout out to Ludus House MMA and the BAM fam?
Say that again?
Can you give a shout out to the Ludus House MMA and BAM fam?
Yeah, shout out to Ludus House MMA and BAM fam.
Yeah, good one, mate. And Jan, who are you rooting for in this fight? Who are you hoping to win?
You know, I just want to see good fight, and I'm ready for Glover or for Yuri. So I just want to get belt back.
No worries. And come on for you, Robert. How are you going to beat Marvin? How are you going to beat Vittori?
Yeah, the game plan's pretty simple. Just try to hit him heaps and not get hit too much. You know?
Too easy. Thanks, mate.
Thank you. All right, over here, sir. What do you have?
This is a question for both you guys. Which are three, Yennefer or Triss?
Both.
Yeah!
Both in the same time.
Yennefer, for sure. Just send, Triss can go on that boat. See you later.
Good choice. Good choice. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. All right, rifle it back over here. Go ahead.
Kia ora, Rob, from New Zealand, and hey, Jan. Obviously, Rob, you've lost 2 fights now to Izzy. Getting a third fight in a championship title fight is obviously very, very hard. You've obviously been toying with the idea of going up to light heavyweight, and I see a light heavyweight sitting right next to you on the other side of the stage. Jan, obviously Dana said in a recent interview that the winner of Smith and Ankalaev will be the #1 contender for the winner of this title fight today. So my question is do you see, Rob, a fight with Jan ever happening with that toying of the idea of going up to light heavyweight? And Jan, if Rob did do that, how would you see that fight going?
Can I just jump in there? We just became friends. Like, we just became friends, bonding over Witcher 3 back there, and you have come in here and just thrown that straight through the middle of this.
I'm a Kiwi, Rob.
Mate, you suck, I swear to God.
And Jan, if that fight was to play out, how would you see that fight playing out?
It's hard question, yeah, because we are friends now, and we can fight on I don't know, on PC some games right now.
And last question, just to make that situation a little bit more trickier for you there, Rob, I would love to see a little bit of a face-off, but that's another question I've got for you.
Say what? Face off with who?
Oh, Mr. Jan over there.
Ah, we're buddies. Stop trying to ruin our friendship.
Thank you, man.
Give it a go, you know.
Cheers,
Back in the
bro.
line. All right. Back over here. Yes, sir.
I've got a question to Jan. I know Singapore is amazing, but as a Polish, how do you feel about taking the fight next time in Poland, in Warsaw? I've heard Joanna was spreading this rumor in one of her interviews, but how would you feel about that?
That will be amazing when the UFC come back to Poland. Poland is ready for that. We're waiting for UFC over there. We've got a lot of good fighters, So, yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Junkie.
Thank you. Go ahead, young man.
Question for Rob and Jan. How instrumental has Jiu-Jitsu been for you, both of you guys as fighters? And what do you think you can do for Jiu-Jitsu?
Jiu-Jitsu is amazing sport, I trained Jiu-Jitsu I don't know how many years. I'm black belt Jiu-Jitsu, so for sure, when I finish my, a pro career in UFC, I will start doing Jiu-Jitsu in G again and start doing this competition like an old man,
I own a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu at Smeaton Grange. Shout out to all the boys out there. And honestly, Jiu-Jitsu changes lives. It is not a sport, it is a way of life. And when you get involved in martial arts and Jiu-Jitsu, it changes who you are. It can and only makes you better.
Back over to this side. My man, go ahead.
Hey Rob, just one question for you. I'm sure you've watched the big fight between Kamzat and Gilbert. I just want to know how would the fight go between you and Kamzat?
It'd be tricky. I'd be firing those kicks down the middle like you would not believe. I don't think my right foot would touch the mat, He's a tough guy. I fought wrestlers before, though. I fought Yoel Romero. He's a silver medalist, Granted, he's not that sort of type of grappling game. But I guess that's something I really haven't thought about, and I'd have to try and digest when we get there, sort of thing.
Right. Thank you, Rob.
Go ahead, brother.
I got a question for Bobby Knuckles. Do you think your boy
Jacob
Shuey Vasa has got the capabilities to win the heavyweight championship?
Shuey Vasa has the potential to beat anyone in the world. He is phenomenal. He has knockout power, but also, which his knockout power disguises quite well, is his ridiculous talent in all aspects of the game. And because he's so powerful, it doesn't highlight everything he can do. I think in his debut, he did a flying knee. The dude's 120 kegs,
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, back over here. Yes, sir.
I have one question. How do you see the fight, you and Kamaru Usman?
Is that to me? Sorry?
Robert Whittaker.
Yep.
How do you see the fight, you and Kamaru Usman?
Yeah, you see, I think that's another fight where my right leg doesn't touch the mat very much. I'd have to be firing off those things down the middle and trying to keep him off me. He's a specimen of a fighter, though. He's the champ for a reason in that division. I think I got him pegged, but.
All right, back over here.
Question for Rob and Jan, but before that, can we make some noise, please? I like that. It's lit. All right. First of all, right, Israel Adesanya, he's my brother, right? And both of you guys have fought him. I just want to know, how is it like preparing for the beast that he is. He's one of the best ever, you know. So how is it like preparing for him?
For me was, the hardest thing was to find the opponent who is similar to him. But I did it, I found it, and I was ready. I showed it in the fight. I proved it that I was better.
I think you're hyping him up a bit much, mate. You know,
that's my guy. That's my
I think he's pretty good. I don't think he's that good. Yeah, Jan beat him, and I came bloody close. You know, that's gotta count for something.
No, you One more question for Jan. After losing the belt, how difficult was it to collect yourself back and put on a good performance against Rakic 3 weeks ago? How was that regrouping process like?
Well, that was very hard for me. That was hard moments for me. I never feel so bad after the losing any fight. So I have to transform myself. I have to train with because my body was very good. You know, my cardio was very good. My power was good, but my mind was not so good. So I need to fix my mind, way of thinking, what I'm doing this, why I'm doing that, who am I? And I did it. And I'm back again, strong like never.
Nice. Thank you, guys. Everyone make some noise.
Thank you very much. Back over here. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is for Bobby Knuckles. Mate, we love you.
Love you too, mate.
We're wishing you all the best for your next fight. Speedy recovery, too, in the meantime. We look forward to seeing you in Paris. Just a quick one. What do you think's the biggest challenge that Marvin Vettori is to face here?
Mate, he's got a head on him.
He does.
Like, I think that honestly is one of his greatest weapons. Is just the fact that you can't crack him. He just loves punishment, and he's the sort of dude that'll make you feel bad punishing him and give up. So,
especially against Costa, I mean, he took some big shots.
Mate, honestly, and he's a tough nut. He is where he is for a good reason. Him taking that fight with Costa at the heavier weight just shows the guts he's got in the games. He's a fighter, and he'll go out on his shield. And I'm willing to take that fight to him. So I look forward to Paris and just having a good go.
Mate, we all look forward to it. Love you, Bobby.
Cheers, boss.
Hey, I got a question for Rob. How do you think a fight versus Bisping would have went for you?
Poorly for him. Where is he?
It's over there.
I don't know. We'll just leave that in the hypothetical what ifs. He's a cool cat.
Okay, and for Jan, do you ever see yourself going up to heavyweight in the future?
In the future, yes. But first of all, have to get the belt back, and then I will go up.
Polish power.
Legendary Polish power.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
I've got a question for the two of you there. You're both face Israel Adesanya, you're both taking his best shots. Compared to you, Rob, and compared to you, Ian, how hard does he hit with his best shot compared to other contenders in the division? Rob, you faced Ramiro, you took a fucking beating and you beat him twice. Yeah, you outpointed him. How hard does he hit?
How hard does it hit?
Compared to other people in your division.
It's hard to compare. He hit in different way. He is very, he know which time to hit, how to hit, which ankle to hit, and he is very tricky. This is the best weapon, not power. That he is tricky and fast.
My wife hits harder.
That's what I wanted to hear. I love you, Rob. I'm a fucking huge fanboy.
Obviously, I'm joking. He knocked me out in the first fight. I guess he hits pretty hard.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's exactly as Jan said, but it's like there are lots of different types of strikes. There's some that hit you and hurt, and then there's some that hit you and make you do the chicken dance like Romero did with me, and then there's some that hit you and then you're waking up. It's different.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to say the legendary Polish power is real. Everyone needs to accept that. And since both of you are friends, what is one advice you would give to Robert for a trilogy with Adesanya?
Legendary Polish power is real.
That's
for
fucking
sure.
cool.
Yeah, and what I can give him, he's a very good fighter. So what kind of advice can I give it to him? He need to eat Polish dumplings, and that's it.
Maybe I can try and get some of that Polish power. Got to go to Poland for a bit.
Thank you. Back over here, Stripes, go ahead.
Hey, Robert. I'm a massive fan of you. How does it feel like going against a beast like Yoel Romero twice?
That second Yoel Romero fight took the fight out of me. That's why I needed that. That's why the camp was so hard getting into that Adesanya 1 fight, and then I needed the time off after that loss. It just that second Romero fight literally took the fight out of me. It was a hard one, and it took me a bit to recover. Like, people don't realise how much wars like that take out of you, and yeah, it's real. It takes it a lot out of you. But as a fighter, you're telling yourself, "No, I'm cool. You know, it's all good. I don't feel any different." But yeah, it's tiring. Yeah, really tiring.
And lastly, could I take a picture with you?
Yes.
Thanks.
You good? Thank you. All right, back over here. Go ahead, young man.
Hi, the three of you. Big fans of all. Hi, John. No one said hi to you, mate.
How are you, brother? Thank you. Good to see you.
Nice to speak to you, mate. First, Rob, I'd like to know, you just started speaking about the wars you've been through. You had a great fight with Till, a masterclass against Gastelum, apologies. And obviously, Romero stands by itself. I'd love to know what your hardest fight, in your opinion, has been.
Yeah, the second Romero fight, for sure. Obviously, the ones I've lost don't count because they were pretty hard. But like that second Romero fight took a fair whack out of me. It was it was nuts.
I'd like to say as well, I did book my ticket because I wanted to see you fight, but I look forward to see it in Paris, mate, all the way.
Sorry, mate, but let's think about it this way. I've given you a good excuse to go to Paris now. So.
Couldn't ask for a better one. And for Jan, I'd love to know, there's some good light heavyweight fighters. What would your dream matchup be for the title?
We will see tomorrow after the fight, you know. What can I say?
Guys.
Thank you.
Hey, Rob. We flew here from Melbourne to come here, so thank you. Seeing as you're headlining with...
Sorry, mate. Sorry, buddy.
Seeing as you're headlining with Thai next, can we expect a few shoeys after you beat Vettori?
I want to say I won't do a shoey, but if I've had a couple, there is I probably would. But one thing I would not do is use one of your shoes to do it. What have you guys been stepping in? I'm not doing that. Ty's wild. The fact that he just takes anybody's shoe, no matter what foot health or whatever else is going on, and is just happy to go with it. Like, wild.
Thank you.
Thank you. Folks, we got about 10 minutes to go, so if you have not lined up yet, I kindly ask you not to do so, but we will clear out both lines as best we can. Back over here to the Lake Show. Go ahead, sir.
Hello, Rob, John, and Jan. I met Rob at the airport in immigration. Thanks for the photo.
You're all right, mate.
Now, I haven't got a question. I've got a very special request from a middleweight champion, a light heavyweight champion, and John. And it is my dear friend Steven's 30th birthday. And I couldn't think of a better way to celebrate my birthday than to have two UFC legends and half a Singapore stadium sing happy birthday. I'm going to give us a countdown. Rob and Jan, happy birthday in 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to Steve.
Happy birthday to Steve. Happy birthday, dear Stephen. Happy birthday to you.
Hooray!
Hooray! Hooray!
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
He's a...
All right, back over here.
Hi, guys. So I have a question for Jan and Robert. Currently, right now, I'm training under the national Muay Thai coach. So you guys are my biggest inspirations. My question for Jan, first of all, congrats on beating Israel Adesanya.
Thank you.
First guy. And Rakic.
Also, thank you.
Yeah, and for both of you guys, who was your biggest inspiration growing up as fighters?
Oh, my biggest inspiration, when I was a little kid, when I started training, so for my age, so was inspiration like Bruce Lee or Van Damme, yeah? But after a couple years, I become my own inspiration. I just want to be the best in the world and just want to find a way how to do it. And I did it.
Question for Robert. I recently saw an interview with you and John Wayne Parr. The interview was years ago. I'll be flying to train up with John Wayne Parr. So, what do you think of John?
He's what is he? He's one of the best that have ever done it. He's a veteran of the sport. He helped pioneer the sport in Australia to what it is today. And I think you'll be in fine hands there, mate.
And last of all, I just want to say that you guys are my biggest inspirations. And one day you'll see me over there with the world title belt.
I believe in that, and I wish you that.
Hope to see you there, mate.
Okay, so I just want to ask. No, actually, before I ask, I want to say to Robert Whittaker. I actually came here because that's the fight that I want to see the most in this card, and I actually got pretty disappointed that it didn't go through.
I'm sorry, mate.
That's the first thing. And the question that I have for Robert Whittaker and Jan Blachowicz is that, what would be your advice for people who are just starting to train martial arts?
It's what I said earlier. It's a way of life. You know, it's not a sport or something you just pick up as a weekend hobby. It's a way of life. Martial arts is a way of life, and you need to understand that going in and embrace it, because it's a wonderful thing, mate.
First of all, thank you because you say correct my second name. So thank you for that. And the answer, I've got always simple answer for question like this, just wake up in the morning, take your stuff and go to the gym and start training.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, back over here.
Question for both of you guys, but I will start from Robert Whittaker. If let's say if you have a chance against Israel Adesanya for the third time, what will be the game plan for you?
That third fight will happen. It's just a matter of when.
I send you dumplings.
The dumplings will help. The dumplings will help for sure. But I guess it'll be a culmination of the second fight plus the confidence of what the second fight brought back, you see. And I don't think a lot of the fans get, just how significant that first loss was compared to that second close loss. It's there's been, I guess I leveled up multiple times after that second fight. I took back something that was lost when he beat me the first time, and that third fight's going to be hard to come around because he's not going to want it.
For Jan, if let's say you get a second chance to win over whoever is a light heavyweight champion, I heard that you dream fight is against John Jones. Will it happen?
I don't know. This is not question for me. I'm always open for this fight, but he's not.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right, guys, we got about 5 more minutes. We're going to do the best we can. We'll go back over here. Go ahead.
Rob, how you going, brother?
G'day, mate.
How's it going? I just got a question. Obviously, there's a lot of good Aussie talent on the MMA scene there. I just want to know, who do you reckon's up and coming? We need to keep an eye out for.
Jacob Malkoon, easily. It is testament to the UFC and how well everything has been running and how well they've done for the sport, just to see the growth and the amount of Australian athletes coming out of Australia now. It is phenomenal to see that. Definitely think Jacob Malkoon is honestly, you don't see him. He gives me the hardest time day in, day out at the gym. And I honestly can see him going very far. So my loss with him.
And Jan, same question to you. Anyone in Poland that we need to look out for?
For sure, Mateusz Gamrot.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, back over here. Go ahead, sir.
This one's for Bobby, fellow cage punter.
Hey, mate.
I've seen your multi. If it gets up, I'll buy you a beer. But if it loses, where are you buying the beers?
Mate, my multi's wild this week. But it makes perfect sense.
It's good.
You know it does. It makes perfect sense. Like, the underdogs aren't underdogs. It's silly. And we're talking about a Cage Punters Facebook group. You can suss it out. It's it's like Joanna's paying $2.40. That is easy money, mate. Like, Jacob's paying $3.50. That is easy money. Like, I don't know. I've got 4 legs and it's paying something stupid. Like, it's you gotta have a laugh with it.
Where are you buying the beers if it loses?
Mate, you won't see me. I'll be first flight home. Don't worry about it. I'll see you in Sydney.
Back over here. Go ahead, man.
Jan, first question, mate. That fight with Rakic, did you feel anything when you hit that knee, or did it just happen by an accident?
That's happened in the fight, and that's it. I feel that I'm winning the fight. I feel that over will be soon. It did what it is, happened what it is, but it's happened in the fight. That wasn't like that he go to ride on the bicycle in the park. That's happened in the fight, and that's it. I won the fight in this way. I prefer, knock him out or submit him, but it's, I win it that way because my body was stronger in that night. I was ready for third, fourth, and 5th round. He's not.
Yep. Question for Bobby. We've got Kai Kara France. We've got Israel Adesanya. We've got you. We've got Bam Bam. And the list goes on and on. Are we due for an Australian or New Zealand card, potentially sell out Marvel Stadium? What do you think?
It's got to happen. I think early next year. It's got to happen. Like, Australia is just itching. The fans are itching, and you give us an excuse, and everyone's going to flock to it. So it's coming soon. It's got to be.
Thank you.
Back over here. Go ahead.
Hi, this is for Rob. So who's your Australian favorite combat sports fighter? And if you're not a UFC fighter, what would you be right now?
What do you mean, like, favorite combat sports fighter? Like what do you mean, like current or present or past or whatever?
Oh, your all-time favorite.
I guess, I don't know what it was. I used to watch late night kickboxing with me old man back in the day. And this was before you. I might not have been, but it wasn't on free TV, that's for sure. UFC was massive. And there was a guy like John Wayne Parr, Zambitis, those fellas, like, used to just go at it. Carnage. Like, yeah, I used to watch a lot of those old school Thai boxers and kickboxing fights, and that's kind of the combat sports that I watched growing up. And I guess if I wasn't in the UFC, I'd probably be a pretty average electrician. Yeah, the Sparkies.
All right, over here. What do you got, sir?
Question for Rob. Some big fights coming up in the middleweight division. You have Alex Pereira facing Sean Strickland. You have Luke Rockhold facing Paulo Costa. How do you see those fights going?
I think the Rockhold Costa one's interesting. It depends how Rockhold comes back to the division, how he works out Costa's power and explosiveness. You can see Rockhold's had some difficulties navigating that against some of his other opponents, but Rockhold's definitely got the reach and the check hook and the kicks to do that. He's a rangy fighter. He likes fighting at range. So that's going to be a very interesting fight, and I'll be watching it closely.
And Jan, you know Rockhold quite well. How do you see that fight against Paulo Costa going?
I don't know. We will see. But I think Paulo Costa gonna win.
Thank you. All right, back over here.
Bobby Knuckles! Let's go!
You!
All right, Marvin is ugly as fuck. How will it be when you're done with him?
Mate, I can only make him prettier, can't I?
I don't think so.
Thank you. Go ahead, brother, right to you.
I just want to ask Jan Blachowicz, how would a fight between you and John Jones go?
I will knock him out. The first round.
Yeah, I also just wanted to say that you guys are one of my biggest inspirations. It's my dream to one day be in the octagon with the belt wrapped around my waist.
Follow this dream, never stop. Just do it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, final 3 questions. Go ahead, sir.
My question's for Bobby Knuckles. Although 2 years ago, fighting Cannonier, it was a while ago, you've also fought Adesanya. I want to know how you see that fight between them going.
It is tricky to get your hands on Adesanya. Like, it is tricky. It is so hard. And I would like to think I'm one of the best at putting my hands on people.
Yes, sir, I agree.
And he is tricky. He's just so long and rangy, and he uses that to the utmost advantage. Cannonier will have to be a different Cannonier than the last few fights we've seen. That's very possible. He's a guy that's constantly evolved and always pushed himself in different areas. I think if we see a different Cannonier, we could see something different. Otherwise, Adesanya's going to keep him at range the entire fight.
Thank you for that. Mate, you got all of these Australian fans out here. You're a fucking legend, Bobby Knuckles.
Thanks, mate. Hey, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Jetstar doesn't do refunds.
Hey guys, this is for both of you. Just want your opinion on how good Jack Della is and if we're going to see him in the top 15 to 20.
It's hard to say. He's got to be tested. He's got to go through the trials. And, you know, it's fighting's not the hard part. You know, they say getting in the UFC is not the hard part. It's staying in there. It's everything along the journey that's hard. It's like getting relationships, having kids, dealing with sickness, dealing with the grind of having to cut weight so much, of actually fighting, of winning and losing. It's a whole thing, mate, you know. But yeah, we'll see.
Thank you, man. All right, our final question. Go ahead, sir.
It's a question for Rob. If you beat Vettori and Rockhold beats Costa, would you be interested in KO and Luke Rockhold?
Where does that? If I have to, I want to fight. I really want to fight Adesanya again. I'm itching for that fight. But if that's my strategy to getting that third fight is just to beat up everyone, and then there'll be no one left, and they'll be like, "All right, Rob, here you go." So that's it from me to you.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one final hand for the future Hall of Fame.
Thank you very much, guys.
Robert Whittaker.
Thank you.
And Jan Blachowicz. Again, appreciate you all coming out. We will see you bright and early Sunday morning. Thank you all.
Sorry about the flights again.